Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to our live call. Sorry, we're a few minutes late. We were trying to sort out the lighting. It's so dark in my office today. But Happy New Year. Hi, Dahlia. Hello, Subi. We are so excited to be back. I wish everyone a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2024 full of abundance and blessings. Hi, Agnieszka. Um, Hi, Sadie. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Stacy. Okay, so we are back with our weekly lives. If you are a first time joiner, my name is Bola Shokunbi. I'm the founder and CEO of Clever Girl Finance. We're all about empowering women to achieve financial wellness on their own terms. We do this weekly live every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and there will always be a replay here on YouTube. And we always pick a topic of interest to discuss, and we're all about empowering you to achieve your financial wellness. So we talk about money topics, career topics, business topics, life topics. So welcome, and I'm going to have my amazing co-host Yazmir introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Yazmir. I'm one of the content creators for Clever Girl Finance, joining you from New York City. I wish everyone a happy new year.
Yes, yes. So today our topic is how to get your life together starting today. We're going to give 5 steps, but this topic is actually based on an article we have on clevergirlfinance.com where we go over 18 steps to getting your life together. Where we picked out 5 steps to talk to you about. Before we get into it, if you haven't already picked up a copy of the Claro Finance book series, your copies, please do. You can find these books wherever books are sold. They're available as physical copies, as ebooks, and as audiobooks. So you get to hear me read these books. There is Clever Finance, the first book, which is the foundational finance book. There is the investing book, Grow Your Money. There is the side hustle guide, and my most recent book, Choosing to Prosper. So please check out these books. And of course, for those of you who were asking about the Erin Condren planner, mine is over here. This planner gets restocked on next week Friday. It's sold out. Like it's sold out, and they underestimated or under forecasted how well this was going to do. But it's back in stock on Friday, so you can definitely pick up a copy. Just check on their website, erincondren.com/budget, or just Google Erin Condren and Clever Finance. Do a Google search for that. Okay, so now that everybody has come on in, hello, OKA. Hello, Miss Back, long time. We're gonna get right into the topic. Me and Yasmin are kind of like twinning today. We're wearing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my hoodie and she's wearing her sweatshirt.
Yes, it's nice and cozy and warm. I love it.
Yeah, and it matches the books.
So as Bola mentioned, we're going to talk about 5 steps for getting your life together starting today. And I think many of us have felt like our life hasn't been all together and it hasn't been the way that we kind of like envisioned it would be. But if you're one of those people, you are not alone. I think many of us in our childhood had a different vision for our adulthood, such as like, by a certain time we'd have a stable job, we'd have disposable income, we would have a home, etc., etc. But we might find that we haven't fully achieved that vision. But that said, it's never too late to achieve that vision that you have. It's still possible. So we're going to talk about like what we have to do to get our life together, and what that means is taking control of your life, so you're not derailed by every stressor that comes our way. And the best way to get your life together is to lay out the steps that you need, and plan out, so that anytime that there are any challenges that are ahead, you're gonna find the strength to pass them, to get past them.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes life, in fact, not sometimes, life never is how you expect it to be.
No.
And I just recorded a podcast episode. Agnieszka, you just said the same thing. It doesn't always go as you expect. And I just recorded a podcast episode this morning where we were talking about how, the way life works is that you have to go through hard things. It is inevitable to become a person, like life makes people through hard things, and everybody's hard things and everybody's hard experiences are different, but that's just the nature of life. And so sometimes you get to a point where you may be feeling discouraged or down because you're not quite where you want to be. You haven't achieved what you want to be, especially this time of year. I find a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I didn't do this last year. I haven't done this, all these years." And it's kind of like the new year is exciting, but it's also a little bit. It's a bit of a downer for some people because it's like, "Oh, I didn't do everything I wanted to do last year." But it is possible to make change. It is never too late to make change. You can still achieve your goals, and one of the things that we always encourage you to do and will continue to encourage you to do on this platform is to celebrate your small wins. I did not achieve every single goal that I laid out for myself last year. I didn't. Am I going to put myself down because I didn't achieve those goals? No, because guess what? There were goals that I actually did achieve, and I exceeded and went beyond my expectations. And there were goals that were big I didn't achieve, but there were small goals that I achieved the small goal, and I'm going to celebrate those goals. So you want to celebrate your wins. You want to acknowledge them. And so we're going to be talking about 5 key tips to get yourself together, because 2024 are not about being down and pity parties and woe is me. We want to make progress. We want to keep moving forward. We want to keep growing as individuals. We want to achieve our financial goals, right? So you are not behind, Denise. You are a work in progress. We're all works in progress, and it's all about setting the intention to make the change. So let's get into that first point.
Mm-hmm. The first one is to make a list of your current circumstances. So once you decide what you want your life to look like, it's important to examine what it looks like in the present moment. So because you can't make any like meaningful change if you don't know where you are right now. So if you make a list, it should include things like what does your current job situation look like, your home, your love life, your finances, friends, health, fitness, etc., etc. Just look at what those aspects of your life look like now, so that then you can reassess and make a plan for how you can make the changes so that it looks like what you want it to look like.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really important that you look at your current circumstances. And this is not to make you feel bad about what you have not accomplished. This is really about doing an assessment of where am I now and where am I trying to get to in these different aspects of my life. And the reason why it's so important is because if you cannot define where you are now, it's going to be difficult for you to make a plan to get ahead. It's like the navigation system in your car or on your phone. I use this example all the time, where if you're trying to get to a destination and you need help because you've never been there, you don't know the way. If you don't allow your navigation to pinpoint your location, or you don't tell it where you are, it's not going to be able to map your route to the destination you're trying to get to. So the assessment is really not to cause you pain. It's not to cause you, not to make you feel demotivated. Instead, it's to say, okay, you know what? I'm getting my life together now. I'm setting the intention now. Where am I at this present moment? And what do I want to change? Don't just stop at the where am I. The next question is, what do I want to change? What do I want to change in my career? Do you hate your job? Do you think you're underpaid? Do you want to get a better paying job? Do you want to move into a different industry? Based on where you are now, where are you trying to get to? Your home, like your family life, your relationships, your kids, having kids, getting married, leaving a relationship that does not serve you. Where do you want to be with your finances, paying off debt, saving, investing, starting a business, starting a side hustle, with your friendships, with your health, your fitness, your personal development? Make a list of the things that are causing you the most discontentment or the most dissatisfaction, or you're not too happy about, and determine where you are now so that you can map out your plan to where you want to get to. And you don't need to know every single step. You just need to know where you are now, where you want to get to, and start to build up slowly from there, right? And so it's really important that you make a list of your current circumstances so that you can look at it from perspective of, I want to change, I want to get my life together starting today, and these are the areas I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what Lanique said. She said, I'm grateful that as long as we're living, we get another chance at advancement. And that is true. Every day is an opportunity to start over, to start afresh, to make more progress. So nobody here is behind. You're not, like, The only time where you can no longer do anything is when you're dead and gone, right? As long as you're breathing, you have air in your lungs. um, you can make progress, you can make change. The pace might be different, sometimes maybe fast, maybe slow, but don't let that discourage you. The goal is that you start to make the steps, you start to take the action so that you can see the change happening.
Yes, that is so true. The second tip is to decide which parts of your life you're happy with and which ones you aren't. So, from your current circumstances, ask yourself like, which parts are you happy with, and celebrate those happy parts, but also analyze like which parts of your life you want change. And then once you've identified them, you can start to make the changes. But accepting where you are now is a huge step towards where you want to be.
Mhm. And I like that you said determine what parts of your life you're not happy with, because sometimes you may be pursuing a goal, and as amazing that goal sounds, it's not what you want, it's not what's going to make you happy. So you really want to make sure that the goals that you're setting, the changes you want to make, are in alignment with your core values, what is meaningful to you, what's going to bring you joy ultimately, right? And so when you list out your current circumstances and you determine, okay, these are the things this is where I am now, this is where I want to get to, but wait a minute, this is what is making me unhappy. Do I even want to pursue this goal at all? Do I want to change it? This is time for that real proper assessment of, just because you've assessed the situation doesn't mean that you want to stay in that situation or it's the right situation for you to create a goal around. So really get clear on what you want to let go of, right? And the things that you're like, okay, this is making me unhappy, but I want to change this because I know I can gain happiness out of this. You make a plan around those.
Mhm, mhm. Yes, and I feel like sometimes when we reassess our lives, we realize that some goals we just don't want them anymore. They don't fit in our lives, and I think that that's okay. Just to let
Yeah.
them go.
And Elizabeth made a comment. She said, it'd be great to learn about staying positive on the journey, being happy with the now whilst working towards our future. I think being happy with the now is very much tied into having something to be grateful for, finding the silver lining in every day, in every situation. Gratitude goes a long way in navigating a difficult situation, a difficult time period, in being in a place where, you know what, I think I can do better. If you find ways to be grateful, you will be able to adjust and build your positive mindset, because when you're grateful about something, it makes you feel good that you have this thing is there, this thing is something that, I'm grateful to have this despite everything that's going on. And so one of the things that I do is I keep a gratitude list every day, and I keep a gratitude journal every day, and that's actually on my goal list on 2024, to gratitude journal every day. And it's really just pausing to think about, what are you grateful for? And I will challenge you to go beyond, I woke up today, great weather, I ate lunch. Like really dig deep, like to
Mhm.
find the things that you are grateful for. And that will help you maintain that positive mindset. Also, the people you surround yourself with. Listen, when you're going through a difficult journey, or a journey of change, or a journey of challenge, you don't want the pity party havers around you. You don't want the woe is me people around me. You don't want the negative talk around you. You need to be really clear about who you're letting into your space, because they also impact your mindset and your just energy, right? So be very mindful about that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Dahlia said it's okay to reset. Zaria says it's a life audit. That is correct. Zion said trust in God. Yes, that is a way to establish a positive mindset. Then Lanique said, I'm working on being mindful about gratitude when things aren't happening as fast as I like. Yes, there is. Listen, we all have something that we can pause and be grateful for. You may not have everything you want. Times may be tough, but we all have something that we can be grateful for. It doesn't even have to be anything mind blowing or crazy. Just like I'm sitting here able to be online to have this conversation with you. I'm grateful for this. I get to engage with other people today. I'm grateful for this. It's just the small things. And when you start to journal your gratitude and reflect on your gratitude, that's time that you're not spending thinking of, oh, I don't have, I can't, I won't, it's not working out. You don't have time for that because you're looking at what you're grateful for.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And Abol, I like what you said about like the people that you surround yourself with. I find myself having to set boundaries because there's people that I can't really like cut off, cut out of my life. But I do set boundaries on like, when they start like getting into the negative, I just start
Yeah.
setting boundaries of like, oh, gotta go, stuff to do. Because hearing all that, like them talking about like how things are going wrong in their lives, it could be a downer. So just be mindful of that too.
Yes, that's very important. And there's some really great comments in the chat. Thanks for sharing. Stacy said, I'm learning to appreciate the process of assessing. I'm learning that there are some things I need to stop doing, some things I need to continue doing, some things I need to start doing. And Tammy, this is so good. She says, thinking about the past can bring unhappiness and regret.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about the future can bring anxiety, like, the what ifs, like what if you're what ifing things that haven't even happened, may never happen. Live for today and be thankful. I wasted a lot of time, I cannot get back worrying. That is such genuine advice. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Um.
Yes, Dahlia. Okay, so let's go on to point number 3, right?
Okay. I was like, oh, we're in 3 or 4. The next step is to set specific goals. So once you know the areas that you want to change, you want to start setting goals to improve them. When you're setting goals, try to be as specific as possible because it's not enough to just decide, oh, I'm going to get things in order and not be specific. Set 1 to 2 specific goals for each area of your life. Not try not to overdo it because it can become overwhelming, and write them down. There was a study by Dr. Gail Matthews that shows that you're 42% likely to reach your goals when you write them down. And this is a study that was found in the Inc.com, Inc. magazine. It's like a business magazine. So Dr. Gail Matthews was quoted saying that in her research, 42% of the time um, that people reach their goals because they write them down.
Yeah, I agree. And one thing I want to say about goals, so basically you've done your assessment of where you currently are, where you like to get to. You're assessing of where you are, the things that don't make you happy, what you're going to eliminate, where you're going to change, what you're going to carry on because you're going to turn it into something that makes you happy. And then you're going to lay out your goals for, how you're going to get to where you want to get to. It is important that you take your time to lay out your goals. One thing that I realized is that a lot of people feel like they have to make their goals by December 31st midnight or January 1st midnight. And if their goals are not done by that day, then they've lost the year. Excuse me, they've lost the year. And a lot of times their goals end up being rushed and not thought through. There's no timeline to define your goal. You want to define a well thought out goal that has actionable steps, that is realistic for you, challenging still but realistic, that you want to pursue. That means if it takes you until January, what's today, 10th, to get clear on your goals for the year, you have 11 and a half more months to still work on achieving those goals. If it takes it to January 31st, you have 11 more months. If it takes you to June to figure out your goals, guess what? There's like, don't draw lines in the sand because of a calendar, right? Um, that dictates when or if you can achieve your goals. Take your time, lay out your goals, be clear on them, make sure that this is what you want to pursue. And then the starting point is the minute and the hour and the day you choose to start. That's your beginning, not January 1st, not December 1st, not there's no universal restart, refresh, start line. You start when you're ready to start in that moment because you set the
Mm-hmm.
intention, because you want it. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. So as you're setting your goals, there's no rush. Nothing is chasing you here. right? You want to set goals that you're happy with, that you know you're going to be ready to pursue. And if it means that, you know what, I need to take a little bit more time and work on adjusting my mindset as I set these goals, take your time to do it, because the last thing you want is to set a bunch of random goals that mean nothing to you, not have the right mindset, and then 2 months into it, you're like, oh my God, 2024 is horrible because I can't do anything. This is a waste of my time. No, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea, thank you. You said nothing wrong with pushing the reset or restart button.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, and when you're setting the goals, don't forget about your positive affirmations, because that's going to keep you going.
Yes, you want to affirm yourself. By the way, if you haven't already checked out our annual goal setting call that we did on December 28th, you want to check that out. We really sat down and spent over an hour and a half talking through how to lay out your plans for this year. If you haven't seen it, it is worth checking out. It is here on the Clever Finance YouTube channel. It's probably like, I think it's the last video that we did actually.
Yes.
So please check that out. But yes, affirmations, like self-talk. I talk to myself all the time, right? And that self-talk is so important because you want to empower yourself. You want to tell yourself that you're amazing, you're the boss, you have this, you can do this, you're smart, you're beautiful. Like, you don't need anybody else to validate you. Validate yourself, affirm yourself, remind yourself of the power you have. Allow yourself to just hype yourself up sometimes. Like, don't seek anybody's validation to achieve your goals. You take it upon yourself and affirm yourself. The link for the budget binder, which is this from Erin Conklin, I'm going to share it in a second. Okay, so Yasmin, let's keep going. I'm going to put it on the screen, Andrea.
So, tip number 4 is tied with tip number 3. So, we're making our goals, they're specific, but you also have to start small. When we're getting our act together, we can't expect it all to happen in one day, but rather you have to start small and break your big goals into smaller, bite-sized goals, so that it becomes more attainable that way.
Yes, so take those goals and break them down into small chunks. Start small. I see someone mentioning here that I struggle to look at my budget. I struggle to make a budget. So let's say your goal is to get better at budgeting, right? The first thing you want to do is take some time out and just review your spending. How have you spent your money in the last couple of months? Um, and that's something you can look at on your app. Get a notebook out, make some notes about your thoughts and feelings about where and how you spent your money. Review your income. Like, break this into small things that you do every day to just get to a point where you're good at budgeting. Set a reminder on your phone to say, you know what, I'm going to check in on my transactions for the day at the end of each night for 2 minutes. I'm going to download a few budgeting apps over the weekend and test them out and see if I want to use any of them. I'm going to explore different budgeting methods and find a simplified way to budget that won't make me feel overwhelmed. These are all steps that you can take that can lead you into achieving that goal of becoming good at your budget. You don't need to find the most complex spreadsheet and then put all your information and then find all your bills and then do all these things all in one night. You're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so difficult. It doesn't need to be. Pace yourself. Take your big goals and break them down into small chunks, right? You want to save $10,000 this year. You know, what do you need to do? How much is $10,000 every month? It's $833. Okay, divided by 2 weeks, that's 400 and something. Divided by every week, that is like 100 and something dollars you need to save. 200 something dollars you need to save to get to your $10,000 in the year. So think small. Think small, right? To go big. Take those big overwhelming goals and break them down into small chunks. That's the way you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? And you pace yourself. You take your time. It may take you weeks, months, days, years, but that's how you do it. That's how people who accomplish things. They do it little by little every day. And when they get discouraged, they pick themselves up. They assess what went wrong. They dust themselves up, and they get back on it. So definitely think about breaking your goals into small chunks.
And don't forget to celebrate those small goals when you
Yes, celebrate as you make progress.
That'll keep you motivated.
Well done, Tammy. This is the first day I went into the new year not worrying.
Very nice. The fifth and final tip is to find the right tools that will help you to get your life together. So, no matter what your goal is that you want to achieve, there's probably a tool out there that's designed to help you. So, some examples are habit trackers if you want to improve on a habit, budgeting apps, there's fitness trackers if you're looking to get fit, there's project management tools, and there are journals. I've mentioned this a lot of times on here, but my favorite kind of journal is the 5-year journal, because each day when I'm writing, I can look back at the previous years of where I was and appreciate where I am today.
Yeah, so think about what it is that you want to change about your life today, and think about what tool do you need to support you. If you're trying to build a budget, do you need to figure out budgeting apps, a budgeting spreadsheet? We have free budgeting worksheets on clevergirlfinance.com. You'll find them linked in the description box below to our worksheets. Budgeting apps, go to your smartphone store and download a bunch of apps, right? Look at the free trials and see which ones do I like, right? They're people who they're budgeting apps that people have said are amazing, but I don't like the colors, and I know that because I don't like the color, I'm not going to use this app because every time I see it, it's going to bother me. So you find that budgeting app, that budgeting tool that works best for you. There are tons of free things. You don't need to buy them. If you're trying to improve your fitness, there are fitness trackers. You can set up reminders on your phone. You can download free spreadsheets. Pinterest pretty much has a lot of free links, a lot of free printables for a bunch of different things. Whether it's you want to improve cooking, you want to improve your fitness, there's so many people out there who have created a bunch of stuff. We have over 40 plus worksheets and PDFs and spreadsheets that can help you. So take your time out and find these resources. There are books that you can get. You can actually get these books from your library, right? So you don't have to spend any money to buy them. And if your library doesn't have these books, you can request them. Oh, Tammy, this is so nice. She's doing a giveaway for 3 people. I think it would be best if you just sent them the journals directly so that there's no cash exchange involved. But we'll pick 3 people for you, and they can send us their addresses so that you can send the planners. And if you're international, you can ask your bookseller to order these books. These books are sold abroad. So leverage your local library. Also, people. Sometimes the resource you need is a person. It's an accountability partner to keep you motivated, to keep you just empowered to do well. So look at your circle of influence. Who can you speak to right now? Who can you reach out to right now that can keep you motivated and empowered, that you can lean on them as an accountability partner, even if it's for a short period of time? So we went over 5 tips right now. And this is based on an article that has 18 tips for getting your life together. But these are all things you can do starting today. Number 1, you can list out your current circumstances. Where are you right now? Where are you trying to get to? Number 2, you can decide what parts of your life you are not happy with and you want to change. You can do that today, now, as soon as you get off this call. 3, you can set your goals, specific goals, break them down into small chunks. You can do that. Number 4 was start small. So of the goals you pick out, how can I break these down into small chunks that I can start working on today, for next week, for next month? And then leverage resources. What resources do I need to support me, right? To guide me through this, tools, people. What do I need? Motivation, right? What do I need? These are 5 things that you can start doing today, very much today, to start getting your life together. We are not in the business of supporting pity parties, woe is me. If you're a part of the Clever Girl Finance community, you know that we're not here for that. We're not here to be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's going to be a horrible year. Yeah, we're all going to be broke. There's a recession. Yeah, everybody's going to lose their job. No, that's not what we do here. We're here to motivate you, and you're here because you need that motivation, because you already know you don't want to participate in the pity party. So make a commitment to yourself that you're going to take a step to achieve what it is that you want to achieve for yourself. Nico's laughing. That you're going to achieve what you want to achieve for yourself, and you're going to start today. So Tammy has offered to give 3 people here planners. Okay, so Tammy, you need to send us an email so that we can send over the information. But I'm just gonna, what should we do? How should we do this? So everybody put in a number from 1 to 102, because that's how many people I see viewing us live. And I'm going to pick a random number generator. to select the numbers. So I'm going to give everybody like 2 minutes to put in your number between 1 and 102. Just drop it in the comments. And I have a random number generator here. Can I share my screen? I don't know. Let me see. Yes, I can. So I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen up here. That is the random number generator. And I am going to generate a number 3 times. So the first one is 56. I do not see a 56. You can't say it now. I'm going to do it again. The first number is 86. I don't see an 86, so you can't do it now either. Okay, I'm going to keep going till I see a number. I see a 79. Hold on. Andrea, you were so close. I'm looking through the numbers that have been posted to see. So close, but so far. You know what is? I think not everybody is here on YouTube with us. So so people are watching this on Facebook and on LinkedIn. Yazmir, how do we make this easier?
That's a good question. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to reduce the number count. So I'm going to reduce. Okay, we're starting over. Let us start again with numbers from 1 to 20, because there's Cindy said that number generator is doing us a disfavor. We're doing 1 to 20. So drop your number now. I'm going to rerun the generator. 1 to 20.
Looks like we got
not 23. 1 to 20. 1 to 20.
New creation realities got 13.
I haven't. This is just that's not the number that I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
The first number is 20. Did anybody pick 20? Yes, Dahlia. Okay, send us an email with your address. Dahlia is number 1. So send an email to hello@clevergirlfinance.com. So second winner, thank you so much, Tammy, number 17. Agnieszka, that is you. So we have 1 more to go. 1 to 20. Drop your number. It's the first number I see that I'm going to pick. So I'm scrolling back up. And then number 6. Who's number 6? Let me see. Do I see a 6 here? Daisy Naples.
Yeah.
Yay. So we had Agnieszka, Daisy, and Dahlia. Please send your email, your address to hello@clevergirlfinance.com. And let me know that it's you. So take a screenshot of your YouTube profile so that we know that it's you for sure. But Tammy, also please email us so that we can get this info to you and you can send over these planners. Thank you so much for supporting this community this way. We are so grateful. We're so grateful to have you guys here, to be here. Just sharing your afternoon with us and wanting to do better in 2024. I just recently started a Substack page where I'm going to be just blogging like personal stuff, and I'm going to be sharing some of my 2024 goals on that page so that you guys can see them and see what I want to work towards this year, I mean. And then hopefully you guys can also serve as my accountability and you can comment on there, and we can make this year great. So we'll see you next week. We'll be back again with another live. If you haven't checked out the books, please do ask your library to order them. You can buy these books everywhere books are sold. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Tammy, for being a blessing to other people. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Everyone.